Okay, this last one, number 7. Where do they intersect? Where do they intersect? So the question is, where do they intersect? And they intersect in a couple places, maybe, possibly, not at all. So this first one, I'm just going to do the first one with you guys. This one's easy. If you don't know how to graph y equals x squared, we might have a problem. It's just you take the x values and you square them. So let's go to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. -2 squared is 4. -1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. If you can guess, 9, 16, 25, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And we have this guy going on right here. All right. He's centered at 0, 0. If you notice, there's no stretching going on at all. And then we have y equals 2x minus 1. If you remember, this is the beginning, so this is where it begins, -1, and then it grows by 2 over 1. Remember, it was delta y over delta x. So it's changing 1 in the x direction and 2 in the y direction. 1 in the x direction, 2 in the y direction, 1 in the x direction, 2 in the y direction. So it's this line right here. Sometimes with parabolas, you'll have more than one point, but as you can see, this one just intersects at that one point, which is 1, 1. All right, I want to show you the other way to do this. It gets fairly simple, is if you have two equations, y equals x squared and y equals 2x minus 1, you can say, oh, these things are the same thing and set them equal to each other. So x squared equals 2x minus 1. Do you see how y equals this and y equals that? So this has to be equal to that. And then here you have x squared, and you're going to subtract this from this side. Subtract this from this side. So here it goes away, and you just get equals 0. And then on this side, you get -2x plus 1. Okay, from here you can factor it into x minus 1 times x minus 1, or x minus 1 squared equals 0. And then x equals, x equals 1. In other cases, you might have more than 1 point. So this just has 1 point because there's one solution to that equation. But if it has 2 points, you might have like x minus 1 times something else that's not the same thing. And you'd have to do this, and you'd say x minus 1 equals 0. You add 1 to both sides. X equals 1, you know, and this one might be different, but here this is the same thing. We're also going to get out x equals 1. The last part of this is to plug it back into the equation to get the y value. I know you remember that. You plug it back in either situation, it should give you the same thing. So 1 squared is 1. That's where you get it from. And then here 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 would give you 1. So the point ends up being x equals 1, and then if y is 1 squared, y equals 1 too. So it's 1, 1. This way is more tricky, but it's more mathematical and will work every time. This way is more graphical and visual. So if you like the visual, you'd have to graph it to find the intersections. All right, that's it for the Chapter 10 review. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me or come in at lunch, please, please, please. All right, good luck.